Oh, wow. Look at hi.
Oh,
God. I haven't done this in a while.
It's always fabulous when we do this. When we got both.
Because I have the attention span of a gnat, and
yes.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm here to keep us on track. That's what I'm here for.
So if you have no idea why you're here, welcome. This is Let's Have a Fefe. I'm Felicia Fefe Minor, and this is Freddy Prinze Charming, and we have a special guest.
Hashtag gender confused stripper. Yeah.
Yes! But we have a special guest. We have photographer and body artist.
And regular artist and all the shit, whatever.
And all of the things, literally.
Literally, all of the things. We have Brandon
Mannequin
McGill.
Scribbler.
Right.
Directing a movie soon.
Jesus Christ. So whatever we have this dude.
To your questions. I feel like this is way too much.
Brandon McGill, blah, blah.
You can talk about whatever
all
the fuck he wants to talk about when we get to his interview section.
Right.
I got to the part where he like listed all this stuff out, and I was like, ooh,
like
it's a lot of stuff.
We'll just let him talk. We'll just get through our shit, and then we'll just let him take the fuck over.
I promise.
We'll just basically sit back. We'll just sit back, and you just interview yourself, and you say what you need to say.
And we'll do the active listening thing by going, oh.
I can ask the
my
question,
glasses.
and then
I should get my glasses. These are wonderful things.
I'm sort of wearing glasses, but not really.
I
love those.
Yeah.
These I actually got when I was in Austin. They're from Pink Pyrite. They made these.
They don't sponsor the show yet.
No, I should talk. I should talk to them.
I mean, have they seen me? Because I could
we need to
cover up something.
I
could hide something.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the shout out.
Yeah. Oh, one
awesome fucking person. I see 3.
Right. Whatever. It's cool.
Wow.
It's cool. Whatever.
Wow.
I think Ryan just felt bad.
Hi, Edward Castro. Even though that's not your name on Facebook. I'm so sorry. Biblical Slick is over there. We have tons in Helen. Brandon
What?
Oh, I was reading up the list.
Oh, and Victoria joined us. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Victoria is one of our regulars. So,
how was your weekend? Let's start with Brandon, because I know you got a long one.
I'll try and keep it condensed. But I will try. I will try. I will try.
How was your weekend?
So I put on a show.
You did?
That was great. Really awesome. What's up for you?
I had my first performance.
Okay.
So that was exciting. I've never performed. I've painted on stage before, but I've never performed to the audience, interacting with the audience.
Oh, how was it?
Like, it was actually really thrilling. I kind of felt like I gave birth to a baby. At one point, I just kind of took a step back and watched all the.
You watched all the placenta and baby.
Well, there's choreography that's happening, and so these dancers are doing the choreography, and it's all perfect. And you just sort of like we birthed this, like we made this.
Fantastic.
And it was really beautiful.
Victoria, they're not glasses. They're actually like appliques. They're actually on my face.
Those would fit perfectly around my nipples.
And this is a permanent part of my face.
Yes, my oval nipples.
Oval nipples. Really big nipples, apparently. These will fit like perfectly over you.
You're like, God, you have those billboard nipples.
Let me forget these. I'm gonna make them. But yeah, so I did a show, and then I painted someone on Sunday. I painted a nice like Bob Ross landscape type thing, but in neon.
You did a Bob Rossy kind of thingy on me too for Let's Make a Mess.
This one was more like a lightning storm.
We'll talk about that.
Okay, whatever.
Soon,
it's fine.
I kind of wonder why your name is kind of close to ours, but
no, yours was great. I loved your painting. It was beautiful.
Is that all for your weekend?
Just a lot of art, making all the arts. Oh. And then like a terrible date, but that wasn't on the weekend.
Oh,
we'll get to that too. We're gonna cover Brandon's terrible dating track when during his
basically like the last 7 years, essentially.
Well, if you can condense it to the last 3 weeks, I think that'll take care of it.
Don't scare people.
That's a whole show basically right there. Right?
Wow. No, we don't have time for that.
How was your
next
weekend?
Time? Go to Felicia.
Felicia, how was your weekend?
Are we going to me?
Yes.
They're in order. I ain't got nothing to really talk about.
All right, fine. Well, I'll talk about my weekend then. I actually spent Wednesday through Monday in Austin. I was there for the Austin International Drag Festival, and it was fucking fantastic. So I got there.
Delicious from where I was.
My God, the eye candy.
I became stalker status. Once I knew that he was there, I followed the people that he tagged.
And for all the people that Felicia decided to either follow and or friend, like via me, I apologize for the stalking.
Some of them were fine with it.
So I got there. The festival didn't actually start till Thursday. I got there on Wednesday, and I was so fortunate. I actually got to be in a show at one of the bars there called Sellers Underground. It was hosted by Althea Trix, who's this fucking phenomenal queen. Oh my God. She came out because the theme was sort of, it was Monsters of Drag, which we didn't have to come out in as a monster, but it was, the idea was.
But you did.
The idea was like it was Monsters of Drag because we're, you know, it was bigger, you know what I mean? So I decided to go with the whole monster thing. But Althea came out in like this thing that made her look almost like a Venus flytrap.
Oh, I love
fucking fantastic. She was fierce as fuck.
Can I borrow that? But what did you come out as?
I had my face, I had like a lava thing going on like half of it, and you know. But it was so awesome to be able to actually be in a show.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get you wet.
That was like separate from the festival.
Just started.
Like I got a chance to meet like a bunch of the entertainers and stuff beforehand. And funny thing, so there were a bunch of entertainers there from the UK. And actually on Wednesday, one of them was there. There's a fabulous fucking queen. Almost all the queens, by the way, in the UK live sing. So do the kings.
Why are you looking at me like
Just
that?
Just saying. And so I knew that she was from Bristol, and her name was Discharge. She's fucking phenomenal. Discharge. And I was like, hey, I know, you know, you're from Bristol. Do you ever perform in London? And she's like, oh, absolutely. So are you familiar with the family Fierce, who's like a drag performance family out there? And she said, oh, fuck yes. I perform with them all the time. I said, do you know Lily Snatchdragon, who's one of the burlesque performers? She's like, I love Lily. I said, I went to school with her. So, and I actually found a few other people that had that UK connection. Like, it was really interesting to find people that I have a connection with in London with someone who I went to school with in Bangkok. So it was like Bangkok, like this weird thing.
It's a serious word.
The amount of artistry and all this shit that
all my computers like
blew
doing this weird
my damn mind all fucking weekend. Like. And what was really awesome, and I said this in one of my live videos when I was sitting in Denver airport for 8 fucking hours, was that there are very few pageant queens there. Very few people involved in pageants at all. And
the one you were talking about, talking to, got offended real easy. During your live, she was like, rude. She's been on the show before. She tries to make you say words.
Oh, Mystique Summers, bless her heart.
You're like, I already forgot about
it. I mean, there are people that yes, I mean, there are a few people that have been involved in pageants, obviously myself and whatever, but it really kind of drove home that pageants are not the be all end all of drag.
What are pageants?
Seriously, like, and like I said in my thing, I was like, you know, I was considering running for a pageant. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna travel.
I think you should travel.
And yeah, like it was so awesome. Like I got to meet so many phenomenal people, and the folks who I actually ended up kind of connecting with a handful of the Chicago queens.
Chicago.
And these girls, these fucking queens are so fucking awesome. Muffy Fish Basket. Is actually
I love that name.
I think you're just making up names at this point.
She was one of the founders of Reading with Drag Queens in Chicago, which is fucking fantastic. Vivian de Jour did a Whitney that was pretty on point, just saying. And Anita John was this fantastic bearded queen who was fierce as fuck, and absolutely,
I'm only doing this for the month. Don't compare me.
So fucking sweet. And she live sang, and oh my God, her voice. Like,
every time he says live sing, he
fucking amazing.
I'm not live singing.
And I was like,
like
I said, the amount of talent, I was just absolutely blown away all weekend. And it really made me kind of rethink things and
you suck.
Like rethink where I want to go with my entertaining. And you know, like I am so inspired and I am so excited.
I love trips like that.
You know, and it's
what's pushing you to evolve.
It is. And you know what? Like I said this too. I said Spotlight's not going anywhere. I'm sticking with Spotlight. And you know, I'm not willing to compromise what I do in order to get booked,
Hi, Andre.
You know, here, because people don't like my drag. I don't give a fuck. People don't like my drag.
Why would they not like your drag?
I don't fit into the box of things. I don't, whatever. I'm outside the box. I'm, you know, and
hashtag fully booked.
So I'm like, I'm not willing to compromise myself or whatever, my art to be able to, you know, get booked somewhere. But I know now that there are enough people around the country who appreciate what I do. And man, I was on all weekend. I was in face all weekend. I was in costume all weekend. And that was hard for me.
Some like, gorgeous face.
That was really hard.
Don't downplay.
And I was the only king that was constantly in face and in costume and downstairs. And, you know, like, I'm like, you know what? I'm here to do this. So I'm downstairs. I'm trying to mingle. I'm trying to talk to people, which, my God, that was so hard for me. Like, so hard for me. Y'all don't understand. But I think that I set out to do I accomplished everything that I set out to do. And I am so fucking stoked.
Wonderful business cards.
Right? Yeah. So now I'm going to start working my way around and I'm going to start trying to get my ass booked around the country because
you should,
you know, and pageants aren't, no, I want to be above pageants.
Do you think that's
beyond pageants?
I can ask this question.
Sure, you can ask anything.
wait. If you're watching me, I have the prerogative. You know, I have this, right? Right? This is our show, right? Oh my God. So
it depends on what your question is.
Whatever. So do you think that's a regional thing or is it a community-wide thing that pageants are like the next step for drag?
It seems to be well,
it's like pageants and then like drag.
There's like, it's like there's pockets of it because there's like pockets of it because out here everything seems to be pageants. Pageants. California, not so much on the pageants.
Yeah.
What are they into, like bukkake?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Good chunk of the Midwest, lots and lots of pageants. Good chunk of places in Texas, lots and lots of pageants. But then you see these little pockets of people with these alternative queens and these queens that are like, I am not a fucking pageant queen. Fuck you. I'm going to do what I want. And they end up in these like, it blew my fucking mind.
That's what the queer is and stuff like that.
Right.
You're starting to see these shows develop where they're rebelling against what was normally
right,
focused.
like these sort of fishy whatever, you know, and
like I literally saw
40,
someone
blah blah blah, you know, like
I saw a drag performance where a person came out of a caterpillar cocoon.
Yeah.
And they walked down the runway.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah, and it was so inspired. There was no wig. It was just like this caterpillar face with like this crazy cocoon he like pulled himself out of. It transformed into a dress.
That's amazing.
And they started working the runway back and forth as part of the drag performance.
We had a
Rosetta Stone.
Muffy Fish Basket was also one. She had an aerial rig.
Her name.
She had an aerial rig and was up on the hoop and was like doing flips and shit on the hoop.
God, I'm so afraid
one of the kings did a Draco Malfoy number and did like aerial stuff. There were
El Paso is into bar pageants.
Right. Like it was like
Texas is a big pageant
Texas is big pageants, you know.
Is everything bigger in Texas?
I'm not a guy from Texas.
It's not.
You know.
I've seen them, they're not. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was an absolutely fantastic.
State is not what makes.
And yes, we were infiltrated by a reporter, and I use the term extraordinarily loosely. I actually posted a video.
Were you reading books to kids again?
Yes, I was. Yeah. No, InfoWars sent a reporter in, and it was fucking bullshit. But I'm gonna take the video that they did, and I'm going to take the video. I'm gonna remove all the audio, and then I'm gonna do my own voiceover because it was an awesome promo for the festival. If you take out their idiotic like voiceover, it was great. We all looked phenomenal. It was like,
You should put some party music to that.
oh, I'm going to. Just I told you, I'm gonna redo it, and it'll be like an awesome,
Thanks,
awesome.
Infowars. You're
yeah.
amazing.
Seriously, watch me take that shit back.
You're stunning.
Watch me take that shit back.
Done.
So yeah, no, it was phenomenal, and I can't wait to get out there and do more shit, and even bring people into Spotlight, and
Phrasing?
yeah. So
Are we doing phrasing?
for anybody that thought that maybe I was going to compete in a pageant this year, not gonna happen. Sorry.
I think you should
Hi,
travel.
Mom.
I think
That's what I'm
traveling,
doing.
traveling is good for growth too.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I've
That's
never
awesome.
traveled. I've always been here.
Really?
Just kidding.
That was really loud.
My neighbors love it.
No, but I mean, do you travel for leisure and pleasure?
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your weekend like, Felicia?
It was a little bit of a hide in the house kind of thing, but because I work too much, you know how that is.
Yeah, yeah. You needed a break.
I can tell that I'm getting older because my body says, girl, oh, you don't want to listen? Okay, sit down. And there I am for the rest of the weekend, just sitting there, just sleeping, doing things. I'm sorry that's not exciting to anybody.
Does your body do that nap thing where you nap for like 2 hours and then you wake up?
Like during the week,
like my
I
body
don't really
just shuts
sleep.
down sometimes.
Sometimes I don't sleep during the week.
Yeah.
And I'll just take these like little 3 to 4 hour naps, and it's like
3 to 4 hour nap. That's not a nap.
Yeah,
That's
it's like a little.
Like I'll literally sleep for like 2 hours and then I'll be up for like 6 or 7 hours. I'm like, Brandon, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
The last couple weeks, I've had like a couple days where I stayed up like the full 24 hours. It's horrible.
So basically, your sleep schedule's jacked.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I do know what it's about, but I don't want to say it. So we did Spotlight rehearsal on Thursday. Yes, you know I'm going through the menopausals.
The menopause.
And then last week we had Sophia Zaji Sinclair. If you watched last week's episode, you know what Zaji stands for. So.
Fried chicken!
Yes, it's amazing. So now I'm going to make it a point to say her full name because
it's fun.
Now I know it means fried chicken. I didn't know that before. I thought it was like a drag carry-on kind of thing.
Does it make it more relatable?
Yeah, because I can relate to fried chicken.
I like fried chicken. Stop talking about fried chicken. I'm hungry.
Speaking of fried chicken, we should talk about Sex on the Road.
We should. Okay. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not a segue.
That was a big jump.
That was not segue. That's not a segue
you don't,
at all. But nice. That was good effort. Good effort. Jesus. All right. So my justitive, and this is inspired by by my weekend, because you know you're out on the road, and I don't know how many times I heard people talking about looking for trade or looking to get laid or whatever, and
I'm sorry,
I just
I didn't mean to send you those messages.
Yeah, well. And so I thought that I would just talk a little bit about, you know, if you're traveling and you're looking to have sex on the road, a couple of do's and don'ts, and maybe some etiquette to kind of, you know, give you some tips on how to do it the right way, I guess, you know.
Is there a proper way to do it?
As long as it doesn't get on the floor.
Well, I mean, first off, I usually recommend if you're in a hotel and you're in a hotel by like, you know, get like a hotel with 2 beds, so you have one for messy shit. Have one for messy shit and the one that you can sleep in, you know.
Oh, that's kind of smart.
I mean, you sleep in your goop. Yes, I said it like that.
No, I mean, you just have to like aerial do it in such a way so it like.
Oh my God, you have sex in the air?
Wow. that's pretty.
Wow,
It's like
no wonder your grinder's going off.
Yeah.
I mean,
aerial sex.
Acro sex.
I mean, it's totally a thing. You know, you're out on the road, so people get up on their grinder and their growler and their scruff and their whatever it is. Tinder. I'm not super familiar with Tinder, but you know,
her for those that are inclined.
There's Tinder. Is Adam for Adam still around? Is that still?
Yes, it is.
Like,
yes, it is.
Like you know, there's all these different. There's all these different apps. There's all these whatever it is that you can do to you know find. You know, piece of ass on the road, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But a couple of things to keep in mind. So here's some do's. All right, trust your gut, trust your instincts. If it seems like it's a little sketchy, it probably is. Like,
what
if you're
what if I want that?
then that's your prerogative. But that's, don't come crying to me when shit goes backwards. So,
is it supposed to go backwards?
If it seems like it's probably, if you're getting a really weird vibe from the person that you're scoping out, you might want to rethink it.
That's a big one.
I know, you're out of town, you're partying, whatever. But if you're thinking about, especially if it's a random sort of hookup, I would keep the alcohol and drugs to a minimum. You don't know this person, and having, not being in full control, probably not the best idea. You have no idea what this person is going to be like.
Walk of shame.
It's not even that. It's a matter of keeping safe. If you are not in, if you're not in, full control of your full capacity, then you probably not a good idea. And that's just, you need to make sure that you are able to take care of yourself if something were to go south.
That is an interesting YouTube name. Welcome.
A tribe called cookies.com.
Well, smooches back to you.
That's interesting.
If you're with somebody that you trust, or even if you're not with somebody, if you have someone at home that you trust and they're fine with you being a total slut, which is totally fine. If it's probably a good idea to let somebody know where you're going to be if you're leaving your place. Like, if you're in a hotel and you're going to somebody, it's a good idea to let somebody know, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm going to go get me some. This is the location, whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Mookie.
So, it's a good idea to just kind of let somebody know just in case. It's also kind of a good idea to let someone know if you've got someone coming to you.
Nicholas,
it's easy enough to. It's easy enough. Hey, Nicholas, how's it going? I met him in Austin.
Hey.
He was at the show on Wednesday, got some video and took some pictures. But
take a video of me.
No. If you've got someone coming to your room, let somebody know. Be like, hey, this person's coming to me, because you never know what's going to happen, and it's always a good idea to kind of cover your ass.
With a condom.
Condoms are good. Play
was
safe.
I in the movie Hackers in 1995?
Oh dear God. God, I love the trolls.
I was in
oh my God.
If
you are having someone come to your room or whatever, keep your valuables hidden. Take your wallet, take whatever it is that you've got, anything that's got money or whatever. Keep it in a drawer somewhere. Keep it someplace so that it's not just
they have a safe in the hotel rooms.
A lot of places, not every place has a safe, but a lot of them do.
Well, a lot
of nicer place.
But even then, even if it's just in a drawer or something, like put it away. Just
it in your luggage.
Just something. If you're going somewhere, if you have a car, keep it in your car. There's all. Keep your shit safe. And if you are traveling and you do have people with you and you're in your room or whatever, don't just bring trade home without discussing it with your roommate.
Yes,
absolutely.
I can testify to that.
Don't just bring people home. Be like, hey, can I have the room for an hour? Can I, whatever it is, or hey, are you going to be in the room? Whatever it is, like, respect the people that you're hanging out with, like, seriously, because there's nothing worse than,
I'm not a drive-thru.
like, it's not, it's just rude. Like, it really is. It's just rude. And, generally people are like, whatever, you want to get laid, but give me a heads up so I can go find somewhere to hang out for a while, because otherwise, no.
Go to Starbucks.
Something, or, if you have a friend, go hang out with them in their room, or, whatever it is. So
I can testify to that. I won't say who this person was or what happened, but somebody brought a person home, and while I was at a pageant, I didn't do so well in that pageant. I blame that person because I couldn't sleep that night before I had to perform.
Ew. Fair.
I've only done 3 pageants, so you figure it out.
But sleep is really important.
Yeah.
I understand.
All I heard was smacking and moaning all night.
Oh, Jesus.
And I wasn't involved.
Yeah. So, couple of don'ts. Don't make it weird. You know, if you're at something like, you know, Drag Fest or, you know, whatever it is, Comic-Con.
I like it weird.
Okay, well, you know, there's a good chance that you may
Felicia's
end up.
a little kinky.
There's a chance that you may end up hooking up with someone that you've met or someone that's already at the conference. You know what I mean? Don't make it awkward if you see them later. Like, don't. It is what it is. It's just sex. Have fun with it.
Drag bingo and make the host feel awkward.
Like, don't be that one. Like, don't be.
Does that happen?
Like, not when I was there.
Just what I heard.
But but like, don't make it awkward. Like, you know, just be cool about it. It's like it's just sex. Doesn't mean anything. And along those same lines, don't out someone if you see them later. You don't know.
Hey,
how,
it was great last week.
Like, you don't know what their life is like. You don't know how out they are. You don't know if they're okay with people knowing that they're on whatever app it is. You know, don't.
What if their mom signed them up for the app?
Oh, Jesus. And they've got a whole basket of
They probably shouldn't be on
like,
the app then.
Don't, you know, just
oh
don't.
my gosh, I have not seen the tramp in a long time.
I know. But don't make it weird. Don't come up and be like, hey, that was great last night, because not everybody wants
next to their boyfriend.
Right. And you know what? Well, that comes to my next one. Don't cheat.
Ooh.
If you have a partner and you guys have, you know, an open relationship or whatever it is, then fantastic. That's amazing. You do you. You know, if you guys have an understanding where if one person's out of town and you get to play, that's great. Don't cheat.
I'm not into multiplayer games.
There's no reason for it.
Well, you're playing a 2-player game right now.
If you know, if you are out and you are cheating while you're out and about, then you probably need to have a good think about, you know, whatever it is that's going on in your relationship.
Right. That should be discussed beforehand,
right.
Not afterwards.
It's not, you know, and honestly, you don't, you know, especially if you're using like a hookup app or something, like legitimately, you only know these, you really don't know these person. You know, you could bring something home.
Right.
As much as even if you use condoms, even whatever it is.
Bring dinner home.
Right. Like, you never know. You never know what could potentially happen or whatever. So, you know what? Be upfront with your partner.
I've asked myself that too.
Get that, you know, talked about beforehand as opposed to after the fact, and, you know, just don't do that. No,
I'm sorry.
And as always, play safe. Play safe.
My kink is not
whether
your kink.
it's, you know, whether it's prep and condoms, whether it's condoms, whatever it is, just play safe, guys.
I'm trying to figure out, am I on the left?
Well, we're swapped down there, but we're up there.
I don't know. It's not.
If
it's the lady on the left on estrogen.
Oh.
Yes, she's growing out her beard because
Oh,
the last step in, you know. Mm-hmm. Gotta get that hormone therapy going.
The hell?
Vera Wang pumps?
Trolls are.
I wish I had Vera Wang pumps.
Right?
If you want to send me some, I'll add them to my Amazon wish list.
Right.
And then you can.
Hey, Backpack! Backpack just tuned in.
Hi, Backpack.
Hi, Dominic.
So there you go. What do we got on the offbeat? We're trying to read.
Sorry, I can't read that
So
far.
the parents of a 10-month.
Oh, do you want to read it? Go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Parents of a 10-month-old boy who weighs as much as a 9-year-old seek help.
Yes, Jenny, Oprah,
10-month-old, not 10-year-old. 10-month-old.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's
10-month-old weighs as
concerning.
much as a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
And the parents are seeking help. So
why is the baby on Jenny Craig?
No, the baby is not on Jenny Craig,
Oh.
but maybe should
Maybe
be.
should be.
Maybe Oprah can help. Maybe because she loves to eat bread,
feeding this
curves,
kid? Like,
Nutrisystem,
Cement.
proper diet. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
But when I
What's
read
wrong with
it,
people?
it seems like, you know, those parents. I don't want to say that they are. I'll send you the article and you can decide yourself. Oh, they say they feed him healthy. Do they mean
okay, you can
like
feed him healthy, but are you giving him, like, is it through a trough? Like,
are the jars that you're supposed to be feeding the baby this size or this size?
Right. Are you buying like Costco-sized jars of baby food? Because that's not supposed to be a single serving.
If the baby cries, you're not supposed to feed it. all the time. Does anybody? Just me? Okay.
I wouldn't know. I'm not going to procreate. So no procreation.
But just being around babies in general.
Nope, no babies for me.
Anyway.
Pets are as deep as I get.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but former baseball player Sammy Sosa shocked social media with some pictures of him being white.
What's that about?
Interesting.
It's no rumor, and Sammy Sosa also confirms that he puts on this cream nightly that softens and whitens his skin.
Interesting.
In Trump America,
I'm not surprised.
He might be trying to play it safe, try to get a, hey, I want you.
Right.
Hey, I'm not black anymore. Just want you to know
Sammy Sosa's Latino, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
But who knows anymore what he is.
Right. Well, that's what I did. I used a skin whitener because I wanted to make sure that I could.
Oh, I forgot. You were transforming.
Yeah. So
you went from
I'm still transitioning into a black man, but I'm transitioning into
transforming.
Yes.
Into a white man.
Correct.
Okay. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Race identity.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out.
Let's talk about Australia.
Oh, yes. Oh, look. Are you segueing?
I am segueing out of that topic.
Oh, my God.
Into a better topic.
Better topic, he says.
Yes.
Oh, you don't like darker people trying to be white?
I'm just saying that.
I see how it is.
A racially charged topic.
So, wow.
So.
You'd rather not talk about it?
Well, I don't
Have
talk
you never watched the show?
Let me point at this button.
I don't talk about
this button.
Oh, I picked up this button actually over the weekend as well. It says white silence is white violence.
Which I agree with. But we were talking about Freddy turning into a black man.
You've never watched the fucking show?
Like
okay, so wait.
Oh my God.
Let me give you a lesson. Let me give you a rewind lesson.
Okay.
So when he first started transitioning,
yes.
We made a joke that he was going to transition into a beautiful black man.
Because my shaving cream said so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I recommend
shaving cream that had a very handsome black gentleman on the
I was like, well, you could
cream.
Transition into a beautiful black man.
So for the last 3 years, I've been transitioning into a beautiful
We've been
black
working
man.
on it.
We're trying.
Okay. But if he hangs out with Sammy Sosa, he's never going to get it.
So now I'm transitioning into the type of black man that Michael Jackson was.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my.
You're welcome.
You know what happened with that. Ooh.
Well,
since
what he made millions of dollars and then died.
No sleeping medication for you.
Fine.
All right.
No pain meds on the extremes.
It's fine.
But Australia.
Australia gets marriage equality.
Kind of.
Well.
So the people voted on it, but I hear it still has to go through Parliament.
It does, but I'm pretty sure.
Is it like here where somebody's going to be elected and then this weird guy that wears bronzer all over his face?
Generally not. I think it's going to go through. It'll be.
It seems like it's going to pass.
Yeah, it's going to pass. They're
Come on, Parliament.
Right. No, Australia's the Parliament's going to take it, and it'll be good.
Oh, they'll take it.
Be good.
Oh. Should I read the next one? Did you read the next one? Should I read that? That's racially charged too.
Go in. That's okay. We can talk about.
Should I know who that is?
Maybe not, because you haven't fully transitioned into a black man.
Touche.
So I
don't know all my
Freddy
people
won't
yet.
Understand yet.
I don't know.
I have not given you a history lesson.
Okay.
But she's a new and upcoming star.
Oh. Okay.
Tiffany Haddish is the first black comic to host SNL, and historically, that's
she's the first.
Yes.
Wow.
There's only been. Really?
I even did the research. There's been 566 guest hosts.
40 years. 30 plus years.
And only 12 out of all 500 of those people, only 12 have been black females. I did not look up the black males. I need to go back. I need to go back and look up the black males, but I think the number is even about the same or just a little bit higher.
That's
interesting.
So that was my thing. But my squeal of the week though is bitch, at work, I was on Twitter.
Nah.
I was on Twitter.
You're on
And,
Twitter.
I'm not supposed to be looking at personal stuff, but I was scrolling on Twitter and then I saw, all the Spice Girls are reuniting and doing an album and a TV special.
So it cracked me up, right? In the picture that went along with the article, you have 4 of them that are all like, hey, and then you have Victoria like off to the side.
Victoria is always just like,
I never understood why she was there. She never did anything.
Was she Posh Spice?
Yes.
Yeah.
She never did anything. She did this.
Oh, she's me in the group.
Pretty much.
Would you be Posh Spice if you had to pick a Spice Girl?
Yes.
I'd be Scary Spice.
I would, because
Who would you be? Would you be Baby Spice?
What? Did you just gender identify him?
Baby Spice, fuck off.
Because you're adorable.
Don't backpedal now. Don't do it.
Whoa.
Don't even. Let me get you a shovel for that. Let me get you a shovel. And
You just keep
digging yourself into that hole.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of holes, what's our next topic?
Speaking of holes, no, that's not a good, no, that's not a good one.
Totally. Speaking of holes, Disney's got a gay character. Yay, holes.
Is it progress for Disney or is it catch up?
Catch up.
Well, I mean, they've skirted around it for a while, I feel like.
I've never seen a gay character, though.
They have
Beauty and the Beast.
I was gonna say in Beauty and the Beast in the live action.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
They made LeFou great.
But that's recently, though.
But it wasn't like a mature relationship dialogue.
That's more.
They're catching up. Archie already has a gay
God.
character. Like,
do they? Is Jughead gay?
No.
Wait. No.
Jughead is actually asexual. But like a few years ago, the Archie comics actually came out with their first actual gay character. There was a gay wedding. There was a whole
thing.
I
remember this.
There's gay superheroes and shit now. So Disney that's catch up. It's not progress. It's catch up.
Jeez. I had so much.
Yeah.
You would think that Disney would be so much further along.
You would think so, especially since they're so generally gay friendly. Like
they're progressive in other ways.
Like
they have gay days.
Yeah,
right. Both of their parks.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You have people that are.
But we also pay for that too. So
yeah, it's true. They're still collecting money.
But still,
I know they're really doing anything that special besides calling it gay days.
Oh, there's stuff that goes on. Like they shut down parts of the park and it becomes like clubs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
We should go.
We should. I haven't gone yet.
I haven't been to Disney since I've become an adult.
Me either. I take that back. I lost a kid at Disneyland.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you
have a miscarriage?
No, it was somebody else's kid.
As long as it was somebody else's kid, that's fine.
No, I was being paid to watch that kid.
I'm sorry for your loss.
But we eventually found him. He was with Pluto.
Okay.
The planet? That's a long way to look.
That's not a planet.
No, they put it back as a planet now.
Damn it! Just when I think I know.
Yeah, they put it back as a planet.
Does this mean my horoscope is back to where it was?
Pluto was there was a sign protesting the entire fucking time.
Oh, and I was there. I was standing in the back. Standing in the back. You couldn't see me because it was dark.
Yeah. Speaking of cutting it back, let's talk about that judge.
You are not good at these.
No, look. He put transgender.
Brandon is trying so hard at segues, folks, and it's really not working so well. Like,
you're trying to keep us on topic. Have you? I need you to go back and watch a couple episodes.
All right, you know what? If we ever try and get more people, guests, if you are scheduled to be a guest on this show, you need to go fucking watch some of this shit because
he does watch.
I watched the show
one time.
I'm just trying to grease this up a little bit.
That's what she said. Right, so we have the judge that blocked the trans military ban.
That's
trans military? Is that a new military I didn't know about?
Oh my god, that would be sick.
Can you imagine
a military full of trans individuals?
Our shirts at the festival this weekend said "Drag Army." I was like, oh yes.
Did you bring one of those back?
Actually, I have a shirt. It doesn't say Drag Army, but it's got the logo on it from the festival. And the fabulous shirt making people didn't realize it when they got it, but they printed it on a women's medium. Doesn't fit me. And
oh my god, I fit a women's medium.
Would you like my shirt?
Oh my god, I would so.
I will bring you my shirt because I can't wear it. Not gonna work for me.
if you haven't noticed, gender doesn't matter on my clothes.
It shouldn't.
So
It's
that
okay, wear a dress as a tank top.
So, but the transgender military ban. So, from what I understand, they're stopping it. But I think they're not allowing new recruits. Is that correct?
something like that, which is it's interesting.
And then
It's kind of a
Agent Orange decided to put some pepper and salt on it and thought he was.
It's like a middle ground.
right.
It's
It's
so stupid.
still fucking dumb, and it's still
But
really
what was-
hard for anybody in the military to actually like get the hormones and things like that. Like
Or
it's a lot
serve
of
with
red tape.
confidence.
It's like it's stupid.
Right.
Like who the fuck cares? Like seriously.
Why does it matter? They're serving our country.
Right.
Because
So
genitals matter.
they're putting their lives on the line. It shouldn't matter.
Genitals matter. It's all gotta be about genitals.
So
Are you a pirate?
Yes.
You sound like a pirate.
You sound
I'm a bad parent.
Oh.
But one thing I've always wondered is why are we worried about such issues as trans in the military when we should send all the convicts overseas to fight our wars?
I mean, then you have
The
forced
ones on
slavery.
death row.
Then you have forced slavery, and then it
I'm okay with that.
it kind of gets into some uncomfortable territory.
We need to
there.
get a new camera for this computer.
We just need to get a new computer.
Which one?
Well, that too.
This one.
Like, look at us over there, and then look at us over here. Like, it's fine there.
This
but when it
one's
comes down
newer, and I
here,
have to save up for this. I have to save up for that one too.
I just need to
See
get.
how you just want all this stuff? You think this comes free?
You guys should start a Patreon.
We have.
I mean, do
You started a
it?
Patreon?
Yes.
Slowly.
How have I not known about this Patreon? Have you advertised it?
Yes.
Oh,
Thanks, Brandon.
I have not seen the advertisement. for
Anyway.
this. I would support you if I knew about it.
Yeah.
Our page supports your page. I told you that before.
You follow my page.
Yeah, that too.
So on that note,
Speaking of Brandon not supporting us,
No.
this is Brandon McGill,
Maybe you
ladies and
should
gentlemen.
plug your Patreon.
And we'll
right
just go ahead and let him talk about his shit because he's got a
No.
lot of shit.
now. Talk about your Patreon.
We have a Patreon. Support it. Brandon.
you've been here more than once. We can't be polite anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying I have a platform. I have a voice. If I could support you guys, if I can make people
I have
aware
a platform
of it.
too. It's under my bed.
But if I can make people aware of your Patreon,
Oh, you have?
I would love to do
Oh,
that.
you have a Patreon?
I just
He has a Patreon. You can support Brandon on his Patreon and get all sorts of access to fun behind the scenes things.
this is true.
Like his project that he's working on, which is called what?
Which one?
Yes. No.
I've got all the
Start with the
projects.
list. Start with the list.
Just go. Just
because
look, we have talking points for you, so you can,
Well, thank
you
I
you.
can follow the
simplified
talking
all the
points.
things that you said
Well,
to me,
thank you.
and you can go from there.
I'm not feeling the love right now,
But there's love in there.
though.
There's love, trust me.
I've seen them both naked, so
This is true. He
so
has.
We have a little bit of love.
Brandon has painted my junk.
Yes, I painted all of the junk in the room,
Mm-hmm.
including my own junk.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
All the junk in the room has been painted by Brandon.
Yes,
and some junk outside of the room.
And some junk outside of the room, yes. hmm
500 pairs of junks.
That's a lot of pairs of
Pairs.
junk. How many people have pairs of junk?
I'm
That's
sorry.
fascinating.
Wait. Well,
I would like to know about the people that have pairs of junk. You don't have to name names or anything. I'm just fascinated
how
by the
many
fact that
of these pairs are going around?
I could produce a slideshow for
like
you later.
pairs of junk. Who has
I mean,
pairs?
two
I can't even
on
have.
one person.
Why not?
God, I can't even afford one. There's people that have two.
They got the buy one get one free special.
Oh
Shit.
my god!
You didn't get your BOGO coupon?
Damn it.
I knew Jesus was holding out.
Mm-hmm.
So we just talked about the What the Queer show. We already talked about that. It was amazing.
That was what you did over the weekend, yes.
That was it over
Yeah.
the weekend.
Sorry, I repeated.
So
Yeah.
what I just finished, or I'm about to finish, is a project called Neon City that Felicia was actually in.
Oh my god!
And I had a really good idea for that, but you didn't choose me, so you don't get my idea.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I still love you.
It's fine.
Is that why there's some hostility? Because you were
Wow.
you weren't chosen for Neon
It's
City?
fine. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. It's fucking fine.
I did choose.
Let me just sip on my tea because that's not.
Did you see one of the people that was picked was the first plus sized model for Penthouse.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a,
Whoa! You're just making history and stuff.
yeah, she was my first Facebook verified applicant.
Nice.
I saw the little blue check
I
mark and I was
tried.
like, am I famous now that I'm getting blue check marks?
Apparently you are. I don't have a blue check.
I mean,
mark.
can she help me out? Because I've been trying to do that for years, and I know how to.
I tried like 2 years ago, and they're like, "You're not notable enough," is what they said to me.
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay, well, I guess that's that."
Well, I guess we have to be on some TV show or
Apparently,
something.
you have to pose for fun stuff. So talk about your experience in being in Neon City. I'm curious.
Paint.
I mean, you were with your partner.
Yes. I forgot to put the picture on there because I was going to show the picture.
I sent a picture over to celebrate me coming on the show. My second time coming here.
Oh,
we made him come twice.
I'm a frequent comer.
Oh.
We were talking about Alan coming earlier, so I mean, it's within the theme.
Wow, does Alan know?
I wish.
But my experience.
He has a club now. It's Club Coming. He has a club in New York.
Yes.
And I totally want to go. It looks so cool.
Not right now, though. I don't. When the snow starts falling, I stop.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I totally want to check out Club.
Though I do want to go there in Christmas. But my experience was wonderful.
Yeah.
This was the first time that I've been painted with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because the first time when Justice League comes out, I'm going to overly do this. I'm going to. The first time I did the Cyborg.
Right.
And then the second time we did, what do we want to call it? Like the Neon City. And then, have you named us?
Like what the project, well, like what you're.
Yeah.
Usually just look at it and I think about like what emotions are going through my head and then I title it.
You're like, Fefe.
Fefe. But it was cute. I was looking through your photos earlier today.
Second time on the show, and he doesn't know what the fucking name of it is.
Cool. The shade. So it was cute seeing the photos of you two together and kissing and nestling into each other.
Wow.
They were adorable. I'll send you the nudes later.
Thank you.
No, don't, because it was cold in there.
You were complaining about how cold it was.
I know, because, when you take a picture and
you didn't have a fluffer on hand. What was your assistant doing?
The assistant wasn't hired at the time.
Yeah, that was pre-assistant. That was
so I would have been like, hey.
He is a handsome
And he would have been like, oh.
You
need a fluffer in there.
He would have been like, what is that?
Right. But yeah, so Neon City was good. You were lovely in it.
It was kind of shocking looking at like it in the black light and then coming to the natural light and being like, oh.
It looks terrible in natural
light.
Yeah,
I want to say that dark skin does photograph very
well. That's like a lot of queens in their painting, in the dark and the clubs are like, ooh, girl, you beat. You see him in the...
Girl, go on. Get out of the parking garage. Get out of the parking garage.
Back in the...
So I just released pre-orders for the calendar and the book.
Mm-hmm. I still think you should do a calendar with your Transcendent series with a portion to go to something.
Yes, I can do that. I already have a request for a Heroes and Villains one too. So I'm trying to do all of it. You would maybe be on that one. I'm not doing a book for Heroes and Villains. There's too many freaking people. I painted 55 people for Heroes and Villains. It's a lot of people.
Meanwhile, I don't get to be in a book or a calendar.
I do.
Because, it's fine.
Weren't you in the magazine or no?
No.
You were in an Echo?
No.
I thought you were.
No, I submitted your photo.
Nope.
I were an Echo.
They were like, oh, it's Freddy. We don't want it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's fine, whatever. No book or calendar for me.
This is one of many reasons why Freddy hates me.
That's fine. I'll just keep trying. Maybe one day he'll pick me for something. I don't know.
I picked you for something. And you were wonderful. I picked you for two things.
Yeah.
I picked you for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked you for
let's talk about that show. First, being having this show for what?
6 seasons.
Yes.
Let's talk about your name.
Okay.
What's the name of your show?
Let's Make a Mess.
Okay, what's the name of this show? What's the name of this show?
Let's have a Fefe.
So Freddy already read me for it on my show.
I did. Absolutely. I said I expect royalties because he totally fucking jacked our name.
We had this conversation.
Totally jacked our name. So after he's on our show, let's have a Fefe. He decides to come up with his own show. Let's Make a Mess.
Oh, syllable count. Wait.
But which show title makes sense?
Mine doesn't have sense. It confuses people.
Ours is a play on the Let's Have a Kiki.
Okay. And mine is about making a mess. different things.
That you totally stole from
well,
us.
they could be about the same thing.
They could totally
You
be
have
about the
not. You obviously haven't watched this show. Then.
Oh, see, Vern says I don't need to be an Echo. I'm in an InfoWars video, so I'm famous.
Absolutely.
Hashtag gender confused stripper.
I still think Freddy is fabulous, and he doesn't need to be an Echo.
I've already been an Echo.
Like 3 times.
All of the time.
And
With
on the
one of my
cover.
photos.
There you go.
And on the cover.
I've never been on the cover.
It's fine.
I requested it though.
Do you request that? I want to be on your cover. Don't beg, Felicia. It's beneath you.
That's all I can do. And I self-promote myself on Facebook.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hashtag I love Barbara.
I actually talked to INAZ magazine a couple days ago, and they said they want me in their publication,
Nice.
but they didn't approach me because they didn't want to seem like they were copying Echo. So that was interesting.
That's interesting.
So I didn't know that the local rags were competing with each other, or
They always are.
That's but it's weird because
They're a different genre though.
They're two very different magazines
with very different
One's like
audiences.
a
and like I
newspaper-ish
said, I've been in
magazine.
both,
Right.
doing very different things. Like one in Echo, like they covered, like Mr. Arizona and being Mr. Phoenix Pride and that stuff. And then when I was in Ion, I was in Pets in the City a couple times, and then I did like their like weird little Halloween shoot a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
So completely different.
I've been
things.
in there
So
for,
like there's really no competition. Like,
Yeah, I thought that
it's
was strange.
I've been in there twice.
like it's
An
interesting.
Ion. I've been in Echo a lot too.
Mhm.
But when I did the billboards,
Right.
that was
So it's weird that they would say that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that
Very
was odd too,
interesting.
because they were going to my show, and we were having a conversation, and I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to do Ion, but I've just never had this conversation with you guys. Like, oh, we've been a fan for years. We just didn't want to copy Echo.
Huh.
And I was like, I'm glad to do anything you want me to do. If you want me to throw some art, we'll do that.
It's interesting.
So that's bizarre and interesting. But hey, maybe you might see one of my projects appear in Ion coming up. So that would be wonderful.
I mean,
I probably won't be in it.
let me
but
give you a
who knows?
pointer. So if you have to choose photos, Brandy wants to be in it.
He has to pick me for a fucking project first.
Speaking of the next project,
That's a segue, ladies and gentlemen. That's a segue.
we have a project coming up called
He's
Gods
getting
and
better.
Monsters. Right? Gods and Monsters.
Don't ruin the segue. Keep going.
So,
Right, just-
so Gods and Monsters is coming out in January. I'll be casting for it in December.
Mhm.
I was thinking about starting it in December, but I decided I needed a break. So
Breaks are good. They're necessary.
Yeah.
They're absolutely necessary. You can't just keep.
you have to force
Going,
yourself
like-
sometimes.
I literally blocked this out on my calendar and I wrote time out on my calendar.
Yeah. And you have to, like, there's,
Does that
even if it's a matter of a week or even a few days or whatever it is, you got to take that step back. Otherwise, you just burn yourself out.
I can contest to that. What is the base or what's the storyline behind Gods and Monsters?
Well, there will be gods and there will be monsters. I'm assuming.
So Gods and Monsters is something that I've been talking around for a while. It's about bringing together mythological creatures and maybe even religions and fantasy inspired stuff, and sort of bridging them together, but also trying to respectfully honor different cultures. So I don't want to do anything where I'm painting like an Aztec god on a cisgender white male. You know what I mean? But if it's believable enough and it makes sense and it's within respecting that culture, and someone wants to honor a god from their ancestry, then I'm absolutely down to do that.
So could I do Jesus?
Sure, but I probably will not tackle Christian gods. That's like the one caveat, is I have no real interest in tackling Christianity.
Well, you don't know me very well.
I don't think God.
We'll have to talk about this off air.
So I don't think God is physically interesting. I don't think the depictions of him are very interesting.
That's not.
I've got Viking roots, so
There you go. So that
Dude,
would be fun.
Oh my
Scandinavian
god,
shit.
that would be fun.
Yeah. But I want to do stuff that's visually inspiring and interesting, and there's not really a lot from the Christian
Christianity.
background.
There really isn't.
There's
They're all
not.
boring white dudes.
They're in robes and they're white. Yeah, there's not really a lot I
I'm
can
so
do with that.
sorry. What can I do?
And if you see my body painting, it's not about wearing robes. So
No, there are no robes
There are no
in
robes.
Brandon's body painting.
There are. I mean, I can make like a robe made out of material and it swishes around. But,
Right. This
but-
is
but still.
Mm.
And then so Gods and Monsters and a movie I'm working on are all being cast and produced around the same time. So January will be very busy with the new movie and the new book, the 5-year anniversary book, and then the body painting.
There's another book coming out.
Yes, maybe you'll be in that
Oh,
book.
thank you.
He says maybe.
Well, I'm sure you'll be in that book because it's going to cover all of my major
I
series.
get all the little like pity things here. Look, here's a picture.
Here's a small 1-inch
Thanks.
picture
Right,
of you.
it's down in the corner in a collage somewhere. Look, it's right you. It's right there. Thanks.
He sends you a book. Thanks, Freddy.
Right, look on page 53 down in the
Right.
crease where the fucking thing, it's like on this side where the
You
crease
have to like
is.
open it up.
Right, you have to like break the binding on it to be able to see me because I'm in the.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's fine. I get it.
Hi, Coco. Hi, Marissa.
Hello, darlings.
Oh shit.
Marissa, don't hate me. I'm not wearing a Marissa Sanchez original from Wigs of a Kind.
She has to keep your wigs looking pretty.
So I have to keep them up on the shelf.
Right. Because you see what happens when
So
she does
secret, Marissa, your wigs and another wig maker are the only wigs at the top of my closet.
The rest of them are scattered about the room here in different places.
I see one over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a couple pairs of boots.
Uh-huh.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Oh,
Vern says that Alanis Morissette made a great God, yes. Yes, she did.
That's true. I mean, if someone has a concept, so basically for all of my projects, you're allowed to supply or furnish 3 ideas. I don't want to really go through more than 3 ideas because then it's a constant bit of me Googling everything.
Right.
But like even for heroes and villains, people would say, I want to be this hero, this hero.
Oh,
this hero.
I've got a brilliant idea for a Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
Not for me personally. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah. I think I found an awesome idea for a Jesus. I think.
So
Can I be a black Jesus with your idea?
Actually, I think you could.
Things happening.
I think you might actually be able to do that. Yeah.
So, I mean, if the idea is compelling enough and I'm excited about it, then I'm down to explore it for sure. But there is definitely a little bit of selling that people have to do on some of the ideas because I may not be invested in that idea initially,
Right.
but if someone's able to position it in such a way that I'm like, oh, that would be interesting.
Right. So if it's like, so I see this and this is, with this idea or with these specific colors or with this prop or whatever it is, and, then I can see how that, yeah.
But it'll be fun too because January I'll also be casting in person for the movie. So it'll just be a whole bunch of fuckery. Wait, can I say that?
Okay, where is the? No, you can't swear on here. So
Okay.
shut the fuck up.
We
so-
swear on my show. I
So
wasn't sure.
where can I audition?
Oh, so you
for
obviously
this?
don't fucking watch our show, so because you question the fucking.
I just always try to
Can
be
I
polite.
swear on this show? No, you
I
can't
try to
fucking.
be-
My mother watches this show,
Okay.
and I fucking cuss.
There you go. I just try to be polite wherever I'm at.
So you let me know when I can come audition for the movie.
Yes. In January.
Um,
there's a transgender male and female role in my movie.
You haven't.
It's specifically
I can do
called-
either one of those if you like.
It's specifically called out that I'm looking for a transgender male and one of the characters and a transgender female because I feel like there needs to be more trans roles.
Are there any bio queens in it?
There are not, but it doesn't.
Write it
But
in.
you can still be
She's
a bio
watching.
queen and apply, right?
She's watching.
If you're a female and you
She's
want to
watching.
apply. Coco, I love Coco. I actually saw Coco at with the queer show a little bit ago, and she was fabulous. She
didn't do any fisting.
I mean, I would never tell her that to her face.
No, you can't really, like, if you keep telling her how fabulous she is, then her head's gonna get all big and shit.
I mean,
so,
it never fits.
like, I tell her she's okay once in a while, but you really can't tell her that.
Have I exceeded the quota?
You have, so I'm gonna need you to.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
can
two
tell her
times.
again. I think 2 weeks from tomorrow is when.
Or
you're
should I
allowed
wait
to
until
tell her again.
February? Because
That would probably be ideal. Yes.
It's okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't keep.
And then I
telling
can
that. 'Cause if
hashtag
you-
thanks Obama. Coco was great.
Yeah. You know.
I noticed that no one's doing thanks Trump. I'm okay with this, but have you noticed nobody is even bringing up the word thanks in association with his name?
Last year at Thanksgiving, it was thanks Obama. That was
Good night,
trending.
Victoria. Thank you so much for watching.
She's watching on the East Coast, so
Yeah, it's
thank
late
you.
for them.
So it's late for her.
It is.
She watches every week though.
I know. She's one of our regulars. It's awesome.
I'm painting at Phoenix Theater after the show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, so we need to get going.
Yeah,
No,
we can't
we're fine.
keep him.
I'm just saying, I'm helping out and volunteering.
Yeah, we can't
Once
keep him
here.
late, so he's got shit to do.
But we're fine now. We're just talking.
Oh my god.
So tell everybody about your Patreon, so we can get that going.
Yes.
So we can wrap this up, you know, and get you out of here. 'cause you need to
Absolutely. So I started
Get the fuck
Patreon
out.
about a month and a half ago.
Month and a half ago.
I can't speak apparently.
Month and a half ago.
I'm apparently Swedish now. Play with my nails.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Swedish?
I don't know.
I think that's Canadian. Or
Yeah.
maybe that's A. Anyway, I started Patreon about a month and a half ago, and it blew away all my expectations. I was expecting about 150 to 300 for the
Where are
first
you at
month,
now?
and I'm about 1,100 now.
Jesus.
You get your rent paid every month.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I'm at 120 subscribers that are
Nice.
supporting me,
Oh.
anywhere from $2 to $44 a month.
Nice.
Damn.
That's
Right.
fucking fantastic.
Which is insane.
So you're saying I'm not working hard enough?
Not at all. I'm not saying that
You-
in the slightest.
I'm not working hard enough. Not at all.
So I had low expectations because I looked at my peers' Patreons and they were doing okay. My projections on where they were at. So I
Which
said,
that's a fair thing to
That's
do.
usually
You know what I
When
mean?
it goes
It's-
on, you're
it's
like, oh, I'm gonna start this.
Right.
right. And
So what I
looked at
should
them.
not do is look at your page and think I'm going to make this.
I would not use that as an
No,
example.
we'll set our expectations.
I'm gonna go find somebody that's
really low.
I just started today and I'm only
We have a
$5.
Patreon if anybody would like to support it.
It'll be
It's
posted in the
Patreon.
links below.
It already is.
It's already been posted
Good.
It
numerous
is.
times,
I'm
even though
serious.
Brandon's like, did we have a Patreon?
They had a
Yeah.
Patreon.
They have, not had.
I want to
but
do an
why are you-
article that focuses on the different Patreons that
It's
I
right there.
support. I love it.
See?
I will look at it later today.
It's right there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is it right there?
It's also on
it's
our
right there.
page, on Facebook, and all over the place. So you know.
Absolutely. Are you guys working on, like, have you built your tiers out? Do you guys have
We're working on it. We have some ideas for stuff, so we're
Somebody's been gone for a while.
If you guys need, like, an advisor for free to help you with, like,
That would
your
be
tiers.
perfect.
that would be wonderful.
I'm
But you're always
available.
maybe, just maybe, we can book this during your timeout.
There you go. Would that really be a timeout?
It would not be a
It would not
timeout.
be a timeout.
That's
So after my timeout or
Then
before
we'll-
my
right.
timeout. But I would love to sit down with you guys and talk
That
about
would be
building
awesome.
a tier.
sorry, I got distracted by
What
naked
are you
things.
doing?
Sorry, got distracted. Jesus Christ.
Because I researched a bunch of how to make it successful.
Mhm.
What sort
maybe
of
that's
strategies
right,
you have to do, how to incentivize people, how to post content where you give away a little bit,
Right.
but then you also
Not a
like,
lot.
yeah. So I don't know if you follow me on Tumblr.
Mhm.
I'll say, hey, here's a photo or two.
And I'm that sucker.
And if you want to see the rest of the photos, you go over to the Patreon. If you want to see this video of me
Right.
doing something,
Go over to Patreon.
yeah.
Because I have ideas for like different behind the scenes videos and things that we can do
Which
and,
is going to
and
take
stuff like that.
time.
It's just stuff that we need to just do.
But that being said, Patreon is a lot of work.
Yes.
It is a ton of work, and it is almost like my full-time job now. So it's not for people who don't have a lot of free time to focus on it.
Well, we don't have a lot of free time for jack shit. But we don't have a lot of free time for
But we make this happen.
We make this
Make
happen.
this happen. So I would probably say you'd want to scale it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to start in a place where it's easy for you to.
Well, right now people can donate for $1.
There you go.
We start small. Because
Why won't this track across the
What are you doing?
screen?
assistant.
But I think it's okay to ask for more
Assistant,
too.
do you have an assistant?
I do have an assistant.
Okay, thank you.
I hired a lovely assistant who's a very talented musician, an artist in Phoenix.
Does he play the skin flute?
Oh,
Ah!
he actually he has a degree in public relations,
Nice.
which is
Oh.
perfect for me. And he's a
Oh.
graphic designer. He can edit in Photoshop. He can bake. He serenades
Can
me.
bake.
Yeah, he can cook. He does all those things.
Nice.
He's like the perfect assistant.
I want an assistant that can bake.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Jesus.
He washes my brushes without even asking.
Wow.
Have
It's
you-
still in the
help your
honeymoon
painting?
phase,
Have
though.
you-
We're still in the honeymoon phase.
Have you washed
so.
your brushes lately?
Have you seen my face? No.
It's important to wash your brushes. I wash them every single time. But I also paint it different people. You guys paint yourselves.
Yeah, you can't go spreading the cooties.
I know.
I
when I have
mean,
any
when I paint other people, I use their brushes.
Okay, that makes
Mm.
sense. You spread their own cooties on. So
Yes,
Mhm.
like when I went to Atlanta, I used Dee's brushes instead of my own.
So you've got your stuff coming up. You've got new projects coming up. Make sure that you follow Brandon on all the social media. Check him out
on all of the social media.
Facebook, it's Art by Brandon McGill. You know, all his cool shit coming up. He's available to hire. You can fly him out to you. You can fly out here. You know, book him to paint your junk because that's the thing to do these days. What have you got coming up, Felicia?
I don't have a booking until the end of this week. It's on November 17th, and I'm with you. And it's Cat Bingo.
Oh, I was like, what's happening?
I will not be at Truth or Dare Bingo tomorrow because I have a work thing. I gotta
that's right. I'm by myself tomorrow. I forgot about that.
I gotta go learn stuff.
You have 2 different bingo places you guys do?
Yeah. I mean, we got gigs.
We do some stuff sometimes.
What are the 2 places?
So we're Thursday nights. We've got Truth or Dare Drag Bingo at the Cash. It's free to play. We give away some cool shit. You got free alcohol, whatever, free drinks. You know. And then once a month we've been doing
when you win, be
when you win,
clear. Because I don't want people walking in the bar.
And then once a month we've been doing bingo over at La Gatara, which is the cat lounge in Tempe. So that's a fun kind of thing that's been happening. We have the next spotlight that is happening on December 16th.
It's a lot of work.
Very nervous. I have the Mr. Arizona USofA MI Classic and
you haven't given me that date. I don't know what that date is.
Diva competition happening on December 10th, which is a Sunday. That's happening at BS West. Okay, so we've got bingo every Thursday at the Cash. Starts exactly at 9 p.m. ish. Cat bingo happening on Friday. And yeah,
this week it should start at 9 because I won't be there.
Is it literally a cat lounge? Like
yes, it is. There's cats. They're all up for adoption.
That is so adorable.
Oh, they are.
I kind of.
They are.
But then I feel like I would want to adopt a cat.
And you should.
That's exactly what upcoming special guests are we have Miss Valentina Knowles, we have Savannah Stevens, we have Matthew Olson. Though he has a longer last name. I simplified his last name. It's very long but he's the shirtless violinist. You can just look that up on YouTube.
Oh, we're doing it.
I can't do that right now. And then we have the YouTubes.
We've got a mesh thing going on there, so they already show anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we have YouTube's The Matching Guys and our upcoming onesie party. If you want to go to our onesie party,
where's that?
You
at?
can.
Here.
It's here.
Is it
everything happens
is it a show / onesie party?
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually have
eat
snacks and
drink
things
and do things.
Just talk shit and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, we're usually don't follow any sort of thing, so you can't try to keep us on track. So don't expect it.
I mean, there's no.
I was gonna ask, is there an agenda?
No,
there's never a script.
You know, though,
No.
it's funny though, because anytime I'm on like a music video set, I'm always the one that's like, "What are we doing? Why aren't we doing this? What's happening?"
Yeah, that doesn't work here. So you're not gonna shit off.
Knock it off.
I always have to be the one that keeps everything together. I'm the glue because I keep things sticky.
So let's take that.
All right, and on that note, we would like very much to thank our sponsors. We've got Gabe King Photography, who always makes us look awesome for our promo shots each season. Wigstop, wigsofakind.com. Felicia's, most of her good wigs come from there. Her good wigs, mind you, not the shit that she usually wears.
Hey, this one's new. And I convinced the lady to style it for me at the wig shop.
It looks good. It's cute. I like that.
And as always, if you're looking for good, body safe, awesome sex toys, you can go to tantusinc.com. That's TANTUSINC.com, and use the code Freddy's Tip at checkout to save 15%.
And they are fun to follow on social media.
They are, yeah. I think they've got good stuff.
They like to have conversations with people. Especially when you know the person that has a code. They like to have conversations.
I'm sure it's riveting.
We would love for you to be a sponsor, whether it's whatever. We're happy to wear your shit. We're happy to do whatever it is that you want us to do.
We're just fun. Right?
We will promote the hell out of whatever it is that you would like.
If you have a shirt,
right?
We'll wear it.
I only have a hat right now.
Okay.
It's not this hat.
Oh.
Say I will wear a hat.
I mean, I can put a hat on.
Right? We'll make it happen.
There we go.
Well, we are totally happy to, you know, whatever,
Oh, I
about
forgot to change the
sponsorship
end
and
of the
sharing the
show.
love and things.
Support them.
Wow. And
Special thanks
on
to
that
Brandon
note-
McGill. You can find him at brandonmcgill.com and follow him on social media. Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, share it with all your friends, enemies, and Trump supporters, and those that love Jeff Sessions. If you're not following the news, you should. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Special thanks to all of you that watch us live and watch us on Facebook Live and watch us on the replay and watch us on Facebook replay. Marcel said, this is amazing. If this is your first time watching, Marcel, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You're amazing.
Yes, you're amazing for watching this. Tell your friends. That's what's right.
Share it all.
And we'll see you next week. I don't know which one to end first. Which one should I end first?
At the same time, one hand on each.
Right?
I can't do two things.
Bye,
at once.
Facebook.
Can't do too much. Yeah,
I'm
no.
ending the Google.
So, all right, on that note, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Brandon.